Good morning. If you have not been to this channel before, my name is Shayla. Welcome. We talk about motherhood. We keep it positive. We just moved our entire family to Arizona from Minnesota. I mentioned how we were having a babysitter come, and I got a crazy amount of DMs being like, how did you find your babysitter? And so I thought I would share some of the more unconventional ways that we found them and like how we vet them. We have a FaceTime call with them and like ask them a bunch of questions, because I feel like it's kind of the trend now where you don't, I don't know, parents are just like not leaving their kids with just anybody. Like it took my husband and I years to let our kids go over to our 70-year-old neighbor lady's house, and now she's like a second grandma. We keep our kids very close, but I also need to work, so we need to have childcare. Basically how it looks for us is the babysitter comes over, has all 3 kids, and the baby needs to go down. I nurse him to sleep, so I'll be like, okay, he needs to go down at 11. I'll take him in there, he'll go to sleep, and he wakes up, the babysitter will go get him until it's time to leave. We usually go from like 8 to 12 or 8 to 1. So anyway, I talked about this on my Instagram and a lot of people had questions about it, so I thought I'd make a video about it. Vlog day. You're an outfit person, which I am not. You will see that my outfit is like the exact same every single video because all of our clothes are in storage. So the only thing I'm working with is what I packed for our road trip. And my friend's like, just wear my clothes. I'm like, I could, but it's too much effort to like go through it. Hold on, buddy. What do you think? Is it okay? All right, how many trees do you have here?
Mom.
Are there 4? No. Come on, do you even know how to count?
Mom, do you know how to count?
Okay, so I just got back from the gym. I just need to find a better place to film this because the echo here is just meh. I feel like some of the ways that I found a babysitter is kind of genius because I'm not afraid to ask. Then I vet. Then I make sure that they're the right fit. Well, we just got back from Lifetime. Lifetime's the freaking best. It's the best. It's expensive. And so I'm not necessarily trying to sell you on Lifetime, but just like a gym with childcare because you can work out. At Lifetime, I could go get my hair done, have a lunch date with my husband. I could have a pool date with my husband. Sometimes I just go and do work. And so I have 2.5 hours of childcare. Amazing. And I'm like in the building. So we have had about 8 babysitters over the past like 5 years. Care.com. And Care.com is tricky because you have to like pay to start using it, and like you start these conversations, and I can tell that a lot of their profiles are like made by AI now, which is kind of lame, but it is what it is. But that was a good way to just kind of like get started if you have no one, no connections, no nothing. There's also Facebook groups that you can join. Babysitters in Minneapolis, babysitters in Phoenix. And then you get connected with people who are looking for jobs. That never worked for me because it's way too competitive. Care.com, I'm sure there's tons of messages, but I don't know about them. On Facebook, there's like 30 people that respond, and I'm like, well, I'm not competing with that. But what I have learned, if you are going to, you need to be very clear about what you want. I need a babysitter 3 days a week for this many hours, blah, 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 blah. I also just like talk to neighbors. Talk to somebody at the park and be like, oh, do you know anyone in the neighborhood who babysits? But you can get referrals from your neighbor, your friends, if they have kids and they're having babysitters. Once you do have a babysitter, ask them if they have any friends that babysit. If your kids go to preschool, ask the preschool teacher if they are willing to come. We did that and it was amazing. And then lastly, like, again, referrals, but I knew somebody who worked in university and I was like, who do you know that you would trust to babysit? Have you even considered, because it's my dream to have like a Spanish speaking babysitter or nanny so that the kids can like pick it up like an au pair. It's my dream to have an au pair, but Seth doesn't want that many people in our house. I'm like, really? I would have 5. I've considered emailing the university like Spanish department and be like, is there anybody in your classes that is interested in nannying that you think would be like good for it? Look, I look like a wet dog here. What is happening? Those I feel like are some of the ways that I have found babysitters that have been successful. Before we get started, I want to talk about the sponsor of this video is HEYSHAYLA. HEYSHAYLA is the multivitamin that we've used for 2 years. They have multivitamins, they have probiotics. They also have an immunity blend if you're going back to school or if your kids are starting daycare. That can just help boost their immune system. I like them because there's no sugar. They come in these little tablets. I always try everything that I feed my children. They taste great.
Look how big my hand is.
Did you stamp your hand in it?
Yeah.
Moving to a new state, I feel like we're catching all of the new bugs that we're not used to, so I'm making sure that we do our vitamins and probiotics every single day. The other thing that I love is that it's eco-friendly. So for your first order, you get a reusable container. Then you get these refillable packets every month to fill up your vitamins. Big fan of eco-friendly. So if you are looking for a new multivitamin for your kid, go to hiyahealth.com/HEYSHAYLA for 50% off your first order. You can start using them when your kid is 2. I'm trying to get close so he doesn't get on camera here. Half of you are like, why are you breastfeeding while filming? And the other half are like, didn't even think twice about it. So back to the babysitter. Once we dial in who we want for a babysitter, we have like a FaceTime call about it. I'll be like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Shayla. This is my husband. If they're in college, we'll be like, what's your major? We kind of just like get to know them a little bit. Like, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do? And then we have a couple of questions that we ask. Always CPR. Are you CPR certified? Obviously, we ask them about what they want to be paid. I ask them if they've ever babysat before, if they have any experience nannying. I've learned to ask what ages, because we've had people who have nannied for older kids, and then younger kids, as you know, are just a whole different ballgame of needs, and like how many kids they've nannied before, because 3 is a lot. Seth always asks them if they drink and if they like party, if they're college kids. They always answer no. I feel like it's really important to sort of like set the expectations before they even get here so that you're both on the same page. And that when they don't do what you ask, then you can talk about it. Or they just like have an idea of what you want. I'll be like, I'm looking for somebody to like engage with and play with my kids. If you wanna like bring a craft, or I can get crafts for you. I want their lives to be enriched by you being here. We're not gonna do TV. I don't want you on your phone. I've started asking them to just clean up after they leave. If you make dinner, clean it up. If you make lunch, clean it up. If all the kids have exploded the house, some people are like, don't worry, it's gonna be like this all day. I'm like, it will be, but like, let's reset. Let's have it so that when we switch over and I come back, I'm not first cleaning the house forever. I've asked babysitters to turn on their locations if they're taking my kids to like the zoo. I wanna see where you are. Just while you're here, like I don't need to know where you are on your off days. And then I ask them if they're open to feedback, because I want the first couple weeks to be like, hey Shayla, this has been really hard for me. If they are open to it, I would love if every one of my babysitters would read How to Talk So Little Kids Listen, because it is gold for communicating with children. But one of my babysitters did, and she was like, that was so helpful. I'm like, yes, I know.
I need a ponytail.
Where is one? Oh, there's one at the counter right there. Grab it, I'll put it here on the counter over there by your banana. And then first day that they're here, I like hang out with them and
Bun up high.
Fun up high. I've done it both ways where I'm like, can you just come over for 2 hours and we're gonna go walk to the park together? Or I'll be like, for the first couple hours that you're here, I'm gonna be here too. We'll make lunch, we'll just do things together. So I can see how you interact with my kids. You can see how I interact with my kids, how I solve problems. And that I feel like has helped so much. Okay, gotta go because they're like on the bed over there. He learned how to climb onto the bed. He knows how to climb off, but like he also just throws himself around. Follow the directions perfectly. This is like too sticky. It's gonna stick all over their hands. This one is a little bit better, but she still is playing with it and it's sticky, so I'm gonna put more cornstarch in there and see what happens. So the only thing I would say is to make sure that you like the smell of the conditioner, because the one that I chose was just the cheapest one I could find, and it smells pretty terrible. Activity mats are the greatest thing for their crafts and for him to eat. All right, just a little afternoon craft. Also been doing so much TV time because it's so hot outside and I just am not used to it yet. And I told myself last winter, no big deal, we do this in season. We watch TV in the wintertime, in the summertime we get outside more. Well, now here we are in the summer and we're not getting outside. So I'm just reminding myself, get outside a lot in a couple of months. I used to be like kind of a stickler on it, now I'm just like, you know what? As long as we do something, as long as we go to Lifetime and they play with kids, or we do this craft school, or a babysitter, like I feel good about a babysitter and then we can watch TV. I just want them to be stimulated physically, mentally, craft, creatively. Try to make it physical because I want their grip strength to be good. And then if we watch TV, that's what I gotta do. Let me tell you what I do love about this vlogging style. I can just do it in short little clips. Get to give you my little thoughts as I have them, and it's great. The last thing that I wanted to say is it takes time. Almost every single babysitter that I've had, I'll be like, Seth, I don't like her. And he's like, why? And so I have to give him like a very good articulate reason why. And most of the time it's just because like they didn't talk to them how I would talk to them. I'm home, like I'm here, so I can hear everything that's going on, which I feel like is weird for the babysitter. I nannied for a family that the mom stayed home working, and I became like best friends with her. So I think that's what I want for me with all my babysitters. Like after the kids would go to sleep, I would like stay and have a glass of wine with her. This was after college. So I'm there, and I had to realize that I'm not trying to replace myself because I do things perfectly, which is not true, but I want my babysitter to do them perfectly. And so I had to be like, okay, does my child like them? Are they having fun? And most importantly, are they safe? If the answer is yes, I am trying to get someone to entertain them, because I could do this while they're watching TV. I could work while they were watching TV, but I want to, they're not watching TV right now, but it's apparently just running. I want someone to come over and like play with them and hang out with them and entertain them and stimulate them.
She plays with us.
Yes, we like it when the babysitters play. You are giving undivided attention to play. You are doing the thing that I wish that I could do, just sit down and just like. So I'll schedule time to have sitters when Seth is off work as well, so we can both go do our thing. But you deserve time for date nights with your husband, for just like time to just like recoup, just to like have thoughts. I'm sure there's stuff that I missed or didn't say or that somebody else would recommend. I think just like give your kids time to adjust, give your babysitter time to adjust, give yourself time to adjust. And sometimes I just have to leave the house. So I'll like go work at Lifetime, or I'll go to the coffee shop. Sometimes I just go sit in my car outside the house with the Wi-Fi, just so that I can like focus. All right, I hope this video is helpful for you if you are, Chica. I hope this video is helpful for you if you are looking for a babysitter or have been intimidated by getting a babysitter.